Koby, how does it feel? Get your first start and then have a pretty good game, good performance after all that?
It feels good, man. Thanks to the man above. Just at the end of the day, I'm just going out there and I'm trying to do what I do every day. Just bring positive energy to the team and do whatever's asked from me. So.
Between you starting, Trent and Travis getting in the mix, all those different rotations, what does it say about this team right now that you can get into an ugly game like that, hunker down, even with different rotations, come out the other side?
Yeah, we have a lot of guys, and any given night, anybody's capable of, coming out there and doing what they have to do. So it's always good to, have guys like that come into the game and have an impact just throughout the season, let them keep on learning and having experiences and stuff like that. So I think it was really good for them to get out there and just for us to have different lineups. You never know when things are going to go down. Like, unfortunately, we didn't have Lamont today, and you never know what's going to happen throughout the course of the season. So you want to be able to rely on different lineups.
For you kind of being the de facto six-man on this team for the first couple of games, do you prep differently knowing that you're going to get a start? How do you kind of go into it?
No, I go through everything the same. I had to ask them a couple questions because I've never started here. So just about how they do the lineups and everything, the introductions and all that. So, but everything else is the same. At the end of the day, it's just basketball. We're going out there and we're just playing, what we love. So.
Has anyone prepped you for U of L, just how big of a rivalry game that is?
We still haven't started talking about it, but I think that's something that throughout the summer and even throughout the year, we all know that it's a really big game. That's something that we all been waiting for, and I'm super excited that it's finally here because it's something that I definitely want to be a part of. So I think it's going to be history in the making for sure.
It seems like three-point shooting, something obviously you do very well. There's been that last little X factor. You guys have been looking for consistency. See that stretch you guys had in the second half tonight. How can you build on that for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think we're a team we shoot the ball really, really well. But at the end of the day, there's so many things that we do well that even when that's not going too well for us, we're still able to win games. I think maybe the last couple of games we haven't shot the ball the way that we're supposed to or that we have been. But we've been able to show other things that we're really good at and how we can still win a game even when things aren't really going our way.
What was the mood like in the halftime locker room when you guys had a pretty slim lead there, Koby?
Yeah, we all knew, going in, we all have talked before coaches come in and stuff, and we all knew that the energy just wasn't right for us a little bit. We all knew that it was just going to be on us today to, kind of lead the way and, do what we have to do, stay true to ourselves. We have to live up to our standard, and that's something that was talked a lot about in halftime, and I think that in the second half they do a better job, but that's something that, I feel like a lot of teams in games like this, they kind of fold a little bit. Just, we had a really big game that we won, and coming into, playing a school that's maybe not so big, teams started to take it a little lightly, but that's the good thing about having veterans in this group. We understand that every game is important, and, I think we bounced back really well in the second half.
Coach talked about you guys wanting to be masters of energy. What do you guys need to improve in that area for Golden?
Yeah, I think kind of just monitor. What's the word? I don't know the word, but kind of just being able to, see where everybody's energy is at, be able to read each other. I think that's something that the coaches do really well, just kind of reading our energy. But I think as players, we have to do that a little bit better. Just kind of seeing how the guy next to you is feeling and how you can uplift them and, kind of get them in the right mindset. I think that's something that in the first half you kind of see our energy change a little bit after the 17-0 start. And as players, we have to be able to see that and, make something happen.
When you're a transfer and you come to a school like this, how do you, and you just kind of getting familiar with the rivalry of Louisville, but how do you kind of gin up, I don't want to say anger or hatred or animosity or anything, but how do you kind of greet them as the enemy when you're a newcomer?
I think we get it more from the people, like BBN, I said, the fans, people that we talk to every single day, walking to class and, even in the summer when we were doing little meet and greets, you kind of just see, everybody throwing the L's down and stuff like that. So you start to see how serious it is to the people out here. And as a player, you want to be a part of it. We know how big of a rivalry this is. It's one of the biggest rivalries in history of sports. So for us, that's something that we really want to be a part of. And the only way to do it right is to be all in on it. You know what I mean? So that's something that we're super excited for, and honestly, we can't wait for it.
Who was Dayton's big rival, and did you enjoy playing in those kinds of games?
Yeah, their rival was VCU, and those games were pretty hectic too. You know, just going over to their place and them coming to us, it was always a really, really tough, gritty game. So my expectation is for it to be the exact same here, you know, and I'm all for it.
Andrew said you guys got a taste of what that might mean to the fan base when you watch the TBT, the old guys out there.
Most definitely.
How would you categorize how much that means to guys even that are somewhat washed up?
Man, I think it's gonna be huge. You know, just like we all seen them and their battle scars. You know, the famous picture of Tyler Ulis, you know, with the face bleeding and all that. So we're pretty aware of the history. You know, and just like you said, you know, going to TBT and seeing how that game compared to all the other ones was a little bit different. You know what I mean? So that's something that we just want to be a part of. You know, we know it's gonna be history in the making. So definitely want to be all in on that.
Koby, I noticed you have the 413 marked on your wristband. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Like, what's the meaning behind the 413 on your wristband?
Yeah, so that's Philippians 4:13. It's my favorite verse. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And that's something that I always have this on right here, this bracelet. But obviously, you know, in games we can't play with it, so I just put some tape on my wrist because it was a wrist that I fractured, and I put that verse on. You know, throughout the course of the game, you know, there's going to be ups and downs, and for me, that's just a way to, you know, kind of look down and then kind of get myself together a little bit, just understand that I'm doing this for a bigger purpose. So.
Coach Koby described tonight's win as kind of, or the game as kind of weird. The way that it started, the way that there were kind of some ebbs and flows. How would you kind of describe it?
Right on. Honestly, it was weird. You know, the energy was kind of a little bit funny throughout the game, but just to be able to, you know, go through a game like that and still pull off the win, still do what we had to do, like that just shows, you know, how experienced this group is and how we know that every game is important. You know, I feel like a lot of teams could drop games like that, but we understand that no matter how the games feel, whether it's great, bad, weird, you know, whatever it is, you know, we got to win, and that's what's most important.
Did it feel any different to you getting to start this game?
Not really. You know, I approach the game like every other game. You know, I'm not too much into starting or coming off the bench. You know, I'm here to do my job. You know.
What's the 1,000 point mark mean to you?
It means a lot just because I know everything I went through, you know, to get to that point. You know, it's a small accomplishment, but at the same time, you know, it's big for me just because it makes me reflect on, you know, my college career and everything that's gone into it. So it's a good moment for me and my family. You know, I'm happy about it, and I'm just ready to, you know, keep doing more.
When you guys were struggling in the first half to hit threes, you were the only one hitting any. How encouraging is it though when Jackson hits a couple, Trent hits one, you guys kind of get going from the deep?
Yeah, man. All we gotta do is keep shooting. Like, I have so much faith in, you know, the fact that our team could heat up like this, and I know that our whole team knows it. So for us, it's not really like nobody gets down on themselves off of missing shots. You know, they just keep shooting. That's something that we've been preaching since the summer. And in games like this, you know, nobody really shot the ball too well in the first half, and in the second half, everything changes. So it's just how the game works. You know.
Did it feel different not having Lamont on the defensive end?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Lamont, his impact is unbelievable. You know, and he does it every single night. He's consistent with it. And having a guy like that on the floor, it kind of makes it a little bit easier for us on defense, especially with all the pressure that he puts, and even offensively, the pressure he puts on the rim. You know, it makes it a lot easier for us to get, you know, better shots. And he's a big time player for us. He's our heart and soul, honestly. Him and Kerr. So it's you know, we took a little bit of a hit, him not being there, but he's still a great, you know, leader. You know, off the court, him not being able to practice with us or play with us, but he's still being very vocal and helping us out. So.
How much do you think Kerr can still kind of bring that energy even for these few weeks that he's out from the sideline, the bench, the locker room, wherever?
I have no doubt that his impact is going to be any different. You know, I feel like I don't feel actually. I know that his impact is going to be the same just because he brings that good positive energy. And he's really hyped, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's what a team needs. Like, it would have been great to have him here today, but you know, we understand the situation and everything, and you know, we know that even though he's not on the court with us, he's still gonna find a way to make his presence felt.
How eager do you think Lamont is to get back out there?
Super eager. You know, super eager. I feel like he's just like